97.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
The lady has arrived, the diva herself, the godmother of R&B and hip-hop. She is here with us. I don't know why they call her godmother, because the godmother makes her sound so old, but she looks so damn young and
I'm
youthful.
72.
Are you really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Give me some of that water. Little Mo is with us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a long damn time.
And it's past my bed damn time.
Well, no, it's not.
No,
it's not, because you be hanging out way past midnight.
I do.
Throwing toy parties.
Oh, my God.
Sex toy parties. You've been watching her on R&B Divas LA.
Oh,
sex
my
toy.
God.
I'm like a sex toy. What you? So, how many do you own?
Yeah, you just jump
Let's
right on
expose
into it.
Let's
Pause.
do it. No, we're not pausing on this. How many did you buy that?
Well,
End up buying.
actually, for the actual party, because those were props, because when we shot the show,
Right.
because you're not supposed to buy the ones that's there or out in the open, people done touched on.
Sure.
So after that, oh my God, I'm really blowing up my spot. I ordered some stuff.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
What
because
made-
there were more things there,
Uh-huh.
but they kept like the raunchy stuff, and I'm not mad.
No, you're not. Did you? Well, you learned a few things, huh?
Yeah, I did. I really did. Not only about myself, but about my fellow divas.
But yeah.
They're freakazoids.
Well, aren't we all? I mean,
We grown.
we are grown.
We allowed.
And I think I think we've earned that stripe. We
Yeah.
earned that honor.
Yeah.
But you're doing so much, that's just one. I'm gonna come back to the sex toys and find out what. No, I'm not gonna get into it just yet. But
Okay.
But how you been? Life
Great.
is treating you well.
Yeah.
You changed your hairstyle. You changed the color of your hair. You did a
I know
lot.
you don't change yours. You've been
No,
rocking yours
babe.
consistently.
Yeah, I keep
You know
it
what I mean?
nice and oily and smooth.
Yeah.
At least I try.
But people don't understand that when you do, like when you shave, you have to do that consistently because there's a
Especially-
lot of people.
Especially my complexion. If I was if I had a tan all year round, I wouldn't have to do it every day. But I got shaved every damn day.
Or else.
Or else, then
Yeah.
you look at me like, look at that brother. Nah, I need to keep it right
But
for the
it
quiet
looks
storm.
good.
Well, thank you, man.
Smooth.
Appreciate that.
But-
we try. We try.
Hey, yeah, I switch it up a lot, but yeah, God is good. Glad to still be working, like seeing so many familiar faces, and so it's just like, yo, just to still be amongst the number is a good thing, because I'm pretty sure with radio we seen a lot of come and a lot of go in recent weeks.
You've seen
But
it, and I've seen it too. Yeah, man.
we live this life, so just to still be here and just have this television platform, which opened the door for a lot of other things that I'm working on.
The book.
Yeah, the book. I mean, just to even be invited back for a season two. A lot of shows, they do a couple of episodes and that'd be it.
It's a wrap, yeah.
But with R&B Divas, we're back for season two. Thank God for that.
I can't wait for that reunion.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
I know Wendy Williams is hosting. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like a 2-hour reunion thing. I heard.
Well, 2-part.
2-part.
Yeah, which is good because you just never know what goes down. Just like at family reunions, you never know what happened. But in addition to the reunion, like I don't know if a lot of people noticed that with this second season, we had 2 additional weeks, 2 additional divas. So last year we had 8 weeks. Now we have 10. Then a 2-part reunion and the 2 new divas that were added. Chrisette Michelle, who I saw was just up here with you a couple of weeks
Very
back.
observant.
And
Yeah.
I pays
you be checking.
attention. And Leela James.
Yes.
So the returning cast: Chante Moore, Michelle A, myself, and Claudette Ortiz. So yeah, we got a lot of good things popping off. So
I've interviewed most of the cast except for Michelle A.
oh well, you got to get her on. She's
Oh, you're absolutely right.
because your deep voice and her voice together.
it's
Oh
gonna
my
be-
God,
it's-
the
that's
nights
a-
will go up,
That
honey.
would be- well, I wanted to talk to her anyway because I can't understand that date that she went on. Because she did online dating thing and she met
Well,
dude.
see, yeah, because when you guys get the edited version, I know that there was like a list they send.
Yeah.
And I know probably when she looked at the list, she looked for the oldest person on the list.
She likes to date older guys.
Yes, like in real life.
Wow.
And I'm gagging. Like, to me, I'm just like, wait, no. Make sure just he has a policy or something like that. But when I saw who she picked, because I didn't get a chance, I was there for the actual, meeting with the dating Miss Pickle.
Okay.
What a name.
real.
Just to meet with her. And after she chose who she out of the list, I was just like, yo, she said I had so much fun. Thank you. So when I actually saw the episode and saw who she chose, I was like, really? To Catch a Predator?
I know.
He
Wow.
gave me that kind of Chris Hansen was
He
talking
did.
about
He
type
gave me
shit.
that kind of look too. I was like, wow, her? What made? I don't understand.
But
I scratch my head a lot.
You know what? Honestly, the reason why I made sense of it all, I made peace with it and is well with my soul, coming from where she came from, South Central LA, the hustle and bustle of the music industry. Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, he's the total opposite of anything we expected. And usually opposites attract. Now, to me, he looked like his hands stink. but he might be a nice guy. So I don't know.
Wow. Well, you know what? There's another interesting thing that took a turn that we wasn't expecting, but it was kind of brewing.
Okay.
The moments of you and Chante Moore.
Oh yeah.
Is that resolved? Are you better now? Okay. All right. There goes your answers, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I don't really know. I don't really know what there was to resolve. When one thing I can say is that we resolved that issue.
But there were others.
Yeah, but that's life. So
that's true. But do you get by them, or do you? Because you said you're a person who keeps it 100 all the time. Yeah, I see that, and I know that. Yeah. And having the world now having known what kind of person you are. Yeah. You can't act phony in front of somebody if you're really not feeling that vibe. As much as I try,
it's like the atmosphere just shifts when it's what we call shade in the room. Like you could tell when somebody. I'm a person, I go totally off of not emotion because you can feel some type of way and then be totally wrong. When I walk in a room, I'll feel the energy in the room. At first, I used to be like, nobody want to feel no damn energy. Nobody don't want to hear that. That's spooky and that's doing too much.
Now you matured. You find out a whole different
So now I walk in the room, I'm just like, yo, what's the feel like? I haven't seen you in a while. So when I see you, if I was acting something, you be like, Mo, this not the Mo I know. What's the deal? What you giving me? So I know how to carry such. That doesn't mean that we can't be friends. That doesn't mean that we can't move forward. But that just means, all right, you coming in here acting like you got the #1 song on the radio. All right. And I look at the list and I don't see it.
You don't see it, yeah.
I'm going to check you on your stuff. But I'm a person, no matter how many times I go to the West Coast, I still have that East Coast in me. It's just something in us that's from up north and from out east.
That's that B-more, baby.
It is. I know. It's that partial New York and Philly, too. Because it's just like, yo, what type time you on? I just want to know. Because if you want to act grand, then I know to fall back. Because I don't want to judge you. You might be having a bad day, and this might be the way you cope. Because we were all going through things. And if anybody rewound and saw when even Chrisette said, yo, when she asked Lila, what do you feel about the ladies? Because you can tell, it's evident we are all going through things. Yeah, but it's all how you deal when you get in front of your peoples. And just the way that she was dealing with me this season, I was just like, wait a minute. I even went back and watched some old episodes and old stuff we did. And I was like, it wasn't that way. So I know I didn't change. Only thing that changed about me is I got 2 gold teeth and blonde hair.
Well, that's a lot, babe.
Hello? And I got different, I changed a lot, but not towards anybody the way I acted. Right. That's one thing my parents always taught me, just be consistent.
It's 107.5 WBLS. Lenny Green holding it down. My good friend, Lil Mo. Yep. New look, new everything.
New look, new love.
New love already?
New Lord, Savior Jesus Christ.
Wait, back up now. Hold on.
See, then you don't be reading it all the time.
No, educate me. Come on, educate me.
Well, with this season of R&B Divas LA, I introduced, literally the day before we went into production, when they come and say hi and welcome me back to the city, I was just like, they was like, so where's? I was like, you tell me. And I, just basically stepped out there on faith. I went out there with my 2 children and some other family that came, in and out to help me. But I'm divorced, and when the show aired, it looks like it's fresh off the press. Like, she got divorced and the ink ain't even dry, and now she with a new boo. No, it's been about a year. Okay. But I've since moved on. And
since he's over too.
No, I have.
New boo is still here.
Yeah, new boo is still here. He's been in November. It'll be a year.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So how's love?
Don't you see this glow?
Yeah, I see the glow. And you're bringing new dimensions, you're bringing toys to the bedroom.
Yeah, with new things, you just have to. One thing I do, and I mentioned it on R&B Divas LA, I was just like, I did a lot of things that I felt were acceptable because I was married, in my marriage. But then it started feeling like, no, this ain't right. And that was another reason I had to let certain situations go. And so when I get to see each episode as you guys get to see it, so there are a lot of things that I was just like, that shocked me. I was like, I said that, I did that. And then half the time I'm watching with either my sister or my family, or if we're not together, we're texting each other as the show is on. And I'll be like, Ma, listen, don't judge me, but this is my story. This is my testimony. God is still making a way. But with that, and that's honestly a reason why I wrote the book too, because it's called a tell-all, but it's actually a testimony. Because instead of calling it an autobiography, that sounds so old and like I'm about to die. Yeah, I don't want that feeling.
Right. I got you. But I'm kind of curious. And the name of the book is Taming
Lil Mo.
Lil Mo can't be tamed.
At all. And I've come to the conclusion that it's no sense in trying to tame her, but just deal with her and accept her. Cynthia, the person that's my given name, has to deal with the image and the character and the mess and the monster that she's creating.
October 7th,
Yes.
your book, Taming Lil Mo, will be
Yes.
released. And it tells us about your life. It tells a lot of secrets, I understand.
Yeah.
We didn't know your life was filled with that many secrets, being so you were married for 12 years.
Yeah. And a lot of people, just with me being an open book, and when any time I'm asked a question, I have an answer for it, and I stick to that, there's still things that I'll take to the grave, and there's still things that are being revealed in the book. And then there are the actual answers, like, of what happened in life, just to give tidbits of information without giving away the whole story. Like, a lot of people, oh, that's why you got cracked upside your head when you was in. And I was just like, no, it wasn't the way you thought it was. So I told the actual story, the whole run of the day.
Gotcha.
And when I was actually assaulted, and then when I called the label and said, I'm going to quit being an artist because I can't do this. Like, I didn't want to have security because I think that's a barrier or a middleman between you and the fans, but sometimes it's necessary for some cities where they turn up. Some people are overzealous. Some people are jealous. You just never know what's going to happen. That was one. And then I answered the question, the age-old question of what really happened between you and Ja Rule. I answered that in the book. What happened with you and Murder Inc.? How did you meet Fab?
Wow.
Are y'all still cool? How did you meet Missy? Are y'all still cool? What really happened when y'all was on
all
tour?
This in this book.
Oh, yes, I do.
Wow.
I reveal it all. Then I
Now,
reveal.
do the people that you are revealing everything about, do they know?
They'll find out.
Oh, wow.
Make sure they buy the book.
I know that's
But one thing about me is I keep it respectable. It's not going to be like, oh, yeah, so then he took me down to the hotel room all the way down to my undergarments.
Right.
Listen, and if anybody knows my history, I ain't never slept with nobody in the industry. I had one little boyfriend, and he's in the book. And that's who y'all going to really gag over.
And he was in the industry?
Yeah. Only one person.
Is he still in the industry?
Yes.
Wow.
So you got to read the book to find out. People going to be like, oh, my God, you whore. Because it was in between one of them marriages.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Hey,
Who would ever know?
You live
Now,
and you learn.
Talk to us about, which is also in the book, from what I heard, with the Whitney Houston situation.
Well, because that situation, I would say, was so close to me because, like, I was supposed to go to the it was the R&B Live. That was the actual last event she performed at. Okay. But I was pregnant, and I didn't want anyone to know that I was pregnant, so I didn't want to go out there looking crazy and then have to hide. But now I was, like, kind of upset with myself because I was like, I didn't go. But the way I got to meet Whitney Houston was through Missy Elliott. And, like, the first day I met her, Missy was like, all right, go in there. I want you to reference this song. Whitney's coming through. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. Me thinking she ain't gonna really show up. Like, I had to stand in the booth with Whitney Houston and give her the lines. And she was like, oh, girl, I just love your voice. Oh, you have a pretty voice. You're from the church, ain't you? And she always would give me a fisherman's friend. She was like, those are good. So that just to see, you know, her from how I met her, just growing up loving her music, she was always, to me, with me being coming from the church, she was the one that made it cool for church girls to sing secular music. That's who a lot of people look up to, like the Arethas and people like that. Yeah. But my person was Whitney Houston.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Look out for this lady. And can't wait. I know you can't wait for the season finale of R&B Divas LA.
Yep.
Don't forget, every Wednesday, you got to check it out.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
On TV One. My book, October 7th, Taming Lil Mo, and my album is entitled The Scarlet Letter. So you already know.
I already
Everybody
know
read that book in school. Yep. On that.
And if you didn't read it, just get the album.
Yeah.
It's just going to tell you a different twist on everything.
Yep.
You're staying beautiful.
Thank you.
Be well.
I shall.
We'll see each other soon. Little Mo, baby, inside the Quiet Storm.